Oof.
There we go.
What it do? What it do? Hey, Joes, where you got us live at, man? Where are we
Everywhere.
live right now?
Everywhere. Facebook,
Everywhere.
YouTube, Twitch,
Everywhere.
Twitter, everywhere.
I dig it. I respect that. I like that. Yeah, it looks like yesterday Microsoft decided to announce that today they're gonna finally give us the overview, the re-overview of the Halo Infinite campaign. Um, man, when they did this like a year ago, um, let me start by saying everybody was tripping. There was
Oh yeah.
absolutely nothing wrong with that game and what that game looked like. That joint just looked like it was going to be pure fun. It looked like
That's it.
OG Halo. Wasn't gonna be any problems, and then people started picking that joint apart and making fun of that dude Craig.
Dog. Man, they
Um,
gave us a little sneak peek. Obviously, we know by now, like, it ain't the finished product. It's like, hey, look, guys, we want to give you a little bit of what's coming to you. But then, of course, just everyone had to just rip it. Like, come on.
yeah, personally, I think the joint looked fine, but people were being,
Being people.
I guess, super picky, and look, I guess, look, for it to be the breakout super important title for the first big title for the new next gen
Mm-hmm.
series consoles. I can understand people's expectations being high. I personally thought that for the look they were going for, which I think seemed like some sort of a mix of like what Halo normally looks like and almost like a cell shaded kind of a look.
Mm-hmm. Hey, chat working today. I like the sign of that.
Oh,
See
that's cool.
Marcus up there.
Throw the chat up if you want to throw the
Let's
chat
bring
up.
it back
I'm good with
now.
that. Yeah, so I felt like they
Oh yeah,
like
early Marcus. Early.
people overdid it and made it a big deal, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's one of them things. Look, Microsoft get a lot of hate, man. Xbox gets a lot of hate, especially because they doing big things. But um, I think if it had been Sony and it had been the same thing, people would have been like, "It looks great." You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like I don't know what it is, man. But we'll see. We'll see what 343 has been up to over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
If the testing, the tech tests that they've been doing for the Halo multiplayer are any indication, this joint should be phenomenal.
Definitely agree there.
I would say that if the multiplayer looks as good as it does and ran as well as it does, then when you get into single player, it certainly should be even better.
Should
I would have
translate
to I
over
would have
to
to
it.
wager. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that makes the most sense to me. Um, and realistically, the the what I want to know now is how everything works. Like
Yep.
they've been giving us kind of this, it's sort of open world, sort of
Kind of
not. You
feel,
can
yeah.
run. It makes me wonder whether or not basically what we're gonna get is a Ubisoft like, oh, okay, well here's an outpost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Going there and kill it. What are you looking for? What do you want to see from Infinite, Jokes?
Like my thing is, I want the co-op to be on point. Like I know it's not coming initially as the campaign launches for it, but I want the co-op to be solid. Like I would like for us to be able to go in, run through this campaign, everything be cool with it. Obviously, you want things to look like, for me, I want the game to be smooth. Like obviously the visuals are going to be, that's kind of what people were nitpicking at with the original trailer when it dropped. But
Hmm.
I'm just looking for just performance being smooth, being able to get in, not having to worry about tons of glitches and things like that. I feel like the Halo story kind of does to itself. Like for some reason, Halo, the last one, the story just didn't resonate with me the same way
Mm,
the first three actually did. Hey, look at
right.
Sin, aka Phineas Gage.
Had some work stuff to take care of. A little late.
Hi Ty, how are you?
Oh,
Welcome,
really?
welcome to
Yeah, he
welcome to
did.
the
He did
show.
that. But I want a fun experience. I want a fun experience, and I want the story to immerse me. Like I want to be in this story, jump in right in, start seeing stuff. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this is the story that I want to rock with. Because for some reason, I don't know. Like 1, 2, and 3 story wise, I was pretty cool with it. Guardians, I don't know, for some reason it just didn't resonate with me the same way.
Yeah, I actually like Halo 5. I don't really see what all the complaints are about Halo 5. I mean, people are like the story was fine. You just didn't like the fact that they were replacing Master Chief with a black guy. That's how I honestly
I
feel
don't have
about
a
that.
problem with that. Actually, that part I'm actually very cool with.
I'll be real with you. Like I never published it, but I wrote a whole thing about how like Halo just doesn't like I don't actually care about the Halo story. It doesn't really matter to me. I just get in and play the joint and have fun because Halo lost me. When you play the original Halo and you don't really know anything about Master Chief, it's positioned so that it's like you are Master Chief. Like you're the person in the helmet doing all the things that are happening. And so it puts you in the perspective of like, oh, okay, I'm that guy. And then they started kicking in and adding in all this additional lore, and you find out like who Master Chief is, and it's like, well, I don't really want to be this dude, and that's where they lost me. You know what I mean? And what I loved about Halo compared to almost any other shooter was that yes, you can see Master Chief's hands, but you're seeing the suit, so you don't see hands. You don't see white guys' hands. You don't see black guys' hands. You don't see whatever. You just see the hands of and so you could be the person in the suit. And they took that away from us. You know what I mean? When they started to try to create all this additional lore. So now that Master Chief has been pushed into this place where it's like, Spartan John and this backstory, whatever. And then they started giving us this story. Well, there are other Spartans and, whatever. There also was this original lore of like Master Chief being the last
Spartan. Yeah, I do.
Left. And then, of course, there's this new program, and now he's not the last Spartan left. So the idea of them not only replacing Master Chief, which they could have left him in there somewhere, I feel like, but also giving us new characters that we could continue to carry with. I understand what 343 was trying to do because Master Chief, in my opinion, was Bungie's legacy. And they were trying to, right there.
Separate themselves from it. Yeah.
Right.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So what about you, Sam, man? What are you looking for from Infinite?
I'm hoping to see the Halo that we all grew up and love. I'm hoping to see that it's still there and intact, but I'm also excited to see what the evolution of it has become. Like you said, when I jumped in, talking about like there's supposed to be some level of open worldness to it. Like, how does that contribute to Halo going forward? Like, how do you build upon it? Like, what fills up this world you're trying to build up? Like, what activities might be out there? I'm just really looking forward to see where they're taking this and how if it all fits in well with the Halo brand that we've all come to love. Yeah, so that's what I'm excited to learn today. Hopefully.
Yeah, I dig that, man. I feel like some of it gets spoiled, right? I guess you got to do what you got to do as far as giving people the multiplayer versus giving them the solo, the single player. But man, I would like to have been introduced to some of these new weapons in the story.
Actually, in the story,
the multiplayer,
came out. I do feel like that ruins it a little bit, but it is what it is.
It's nothing like picking up a fresh new gun in the game. Like, oh, what's this going to do? Hey, they're going to let's go test this out on them and see what it does.
Right, exactly. I feel like I'm still a little upset about the fact that the multiplayer co-op isn't going to be there day one. I would almost rather they didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I would almost rather they made it so that
we got a countdown.
Yeah, we ready. I would almost rather that they didn't do that. I feel better about it, I think, if they didn't do it that way.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, I can tell you now, over the night, I got that Windows 11 update, and that joint updated, and that joint has changed, like, all the settings on this joint.
Man, don't blame that joint on Windows 11. Ain't nobody tell you to go update to Windows 11 last night. Blame it on yourself.
Hey, it showed up. I wanted it now. So
see, that's what
Windows 11 been an option for since the 5th.
No, it hasn't. You had to be. They did it in waves.
Yeah.
So you had to wait until it was your turn.
Oh, you mean you haven't been?
That's what I'm saying. He had to do it.
You haven't been able to.
Well, you made this. You try to make it sound like the computer just updated itself last night while you were sleeping in Windows 11.
You know what? I'm gonna do this for a second until I get this.
Oh yeah, he just muted himself, so he don't have.
The
It's
music
better that
blasting in
way.
the
A Sen, say whatever you want to say about him. He can't say nothing back. He
background.
can't say nothing back. Just go ahead and let him have it. Marcus, man, what you doing up so early, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody else who's tuned in. I can
Probably
see
about
y'all
to
there, even though
stream.
y'all not chatting.
He probably about to stream
Mhm.
some Destiny or something.
Who, Marcus?
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope not. He need to get on that Back for Blood. Stop playing around.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Need to get on that Aliens Fire Team. Stop playing
mm.
around.
You know what I'm saying? We need a strong
Extra
third.
Life, Extra Life is coming. I haven't seen you sign up for the Extra Life squad yet, Marcus.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to bring this drone in for us.
Okay, we got a couple seconds. Let's make it happen. We're a little bit behind, but
Since the beginning, Halo was about Master Chief and Cortana, partners protecting humanity. But that is now a distant memory. Humanity is fighting for survival. The Banished have risen, defeated our heroes, and taken control of the mysterious Zeta Halo. We need a savior. We need hope. We need Spartan 117, Master Chief.
We have a new mission, soldier.
What is it? What's down there?
A weapon.
A weapon? How many guns do you need?
see those mowers.
As usual, music pushing it.
In the biggest campaign to date, Halo Infinite invites players to become Master Chief and discover true Spartan freedom in the most wide-open and adventure-filled Halo experience yet. But Chief won't be alone on the journey. His first mission is to retrieve a new AI, codenamed the Weapon.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
Following the events of Halo 5, Master Chief is searching for the answer to a troubling question. What happened to Cortana?
I was created to lock down Cortana, but I don't know why. What did she do that was so wrong?
Oh, okay.
Order received. Stand by.
That was an actual drop-in, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That
The
thing
answer
drops a
is
little hard.
somewhere on Zeta Halo. A damaged world full of
Scratch the
wonder,
paint.
mystery, and danger.
Oh,
Oh!
And at
Boom.
every turn, the Banished are hunting Master Chief and the remnants of the UNSC.
Victory is already ours. We will meet on the battlefield.
The Banished army is spread across the surface, building fearsome strongholds and outposts with no one to stop them. Until now.
Damn.
man, charged
Night-night.
head
From the
first into that.
beginning
Oh,
of the
no, he
Halo
ate that
saga,
jump. Got
Master
that helmet
Chief has
first.
been
Yeah.
a hero, ready to fight and win against impossible odds.
Chief, is that you?
You're safe now.
I thought everybody was dead. He just
But-
picking up people.
What if it's a friend?
It isn't.
Stick 'em.
Players now have more freedom than ever before to take down the Banished any way they choose.
Banished facility up ahead, Chief. Some kind of salvage operation. What do we do?
Disrespect that
Shut it
joint.
down
That
permanently.
clean. That joint clean. Oh, hammer
Give me
time.
that.
What do we have here?
Fight me!
Ooh, ate all that.
Fight me? Master Chief ain't Spider-Man. You can't do that.
Do you see that?
The tank.
Could be useful, if you like that kind of thing.
Scorpion joint,
Who
dog.
wouldn't like a tank?
All y'all catch it.
Halo Infinite allows us all to become Master Chief, doing what Spartans do best,
Ooh.
defying the odds to take down the Banished.
Give me that.
Piece by piece.
Oh, that's clean.
This won't be an easy fight. Master Chief will take on returning favorites and surprising new threats like the agile Skimmers, a sadistic Spartan killer named Jaga Erdomnai,
Say goodbye.
Look out, Chief. He looks...
Angry.
and something even more threatening.
The Forerunner's lies are at an end. I am the harbinger of the truth. You are not the future.
Exploring this vast and fractured world will put Spartan 117 to the ultimate test. But where there is courage, there is hope. Welcome to the new era of Halo.
Is everyone trying to kill you?
What up, Charm City?
Seems like it.
My tripping because I feel like it's a day later than they originally said. I thought it was the 7th. I mean, it could be 8, but I thought it was the 7th.
Pass.
Huh.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
I guess so.
Yeah,
was it.
buddy.
Okay.
Let's talk about that, bro.
Okay.
So, I mean, look, overall impressions.
Man, it looks like open world Halo. Like, that's pretty much just what it looks like. Just open world Halo.
Yeah, that whole map came up. You were able to, see specific locations on there, and it clearly looked bigger than what a typical just like point A to point B and finish the map on there. So, there's still questions.
And we've seen classic vehicles. We've seen classic weapons. We've seen them using the grappling hook all over the place. It looks like a more Halo. Like, yeah. the special factor of it, I'm not seeing just yet. It's like Halo with a lot of space.
I don't, I mean, listen, all right, let me not say that this drink was worthless, but I don't feel like they've shown us, I don't feel like they showed us anything different from what they showed us the first time we got a gameplay overview a year ago. Does it look better? Yes.
Yes.
Hassan, what up? Yeah, we kind of said that, although
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't just end up having like a bunch of crap on the map. They're like, go do this, go do this, go do this, go do this. I guess as long as it doesn't have the collectathon. I mean, look, I guess the only thing I saw that really was new and intriguing to me was it looked like you had like upgrades you could do right then and there in field.
Yeah.
So that looks interesting to me, and I'd like to see how that plays out. I imagine, look, the campaign, I'm sure is going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm still in a place where I almost don't want to play this until the co-op.
Co-op don't count.
I'm kind of with them. Like I was looking at it, like I'm not excited like to go grab it day. Like it didn't show me anything to be like, oh yes, I can't wait. Like it looks just like Halo with an open world. Like okay, I mean I love Halo, play beat them all, but like looks like more the same thing. right now.
I think I'm just ready for multiplayer.
That's not
right
necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I will tell you that in what I don't like about what they've done with the last couple of Halos 4 and 5, I do understand them trying to like create new enemies that aren't the same enemies we've been fighting since the first Halo. Like I get that, but I haven't liked any of them. I haven't liked any of them. I haven't like felt like any of those enemies were, like badass enough. Like the big bad in 5, the big bad in 4. Like I just didn't really care. And maybe it's just because they just were like, as like these are like robots, you know what I mean, or something like that. It just didn't feel the same. So, the fact that at least at this point they at least showed us a new character who is effectively hunting specifically for Master Chief or something like that. There's at least that.
Depending on how that works, that could be dope. If he just starts showing up at random times to thwart you or something like that, you know what I mean? That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel what Hassan is saying about the upgrades allowing you to be the epic Master Chief, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like I was saying earlier, I just feel like Master Chief is like, I don't know if I felt that this is the one guy who can actually turn the tide of battle, probably since the first, maybe second Halo, but the second Halo didn't really have an ending, you know what I mean? So maybe Halo 3, I guess we'll see. You know what I mean? As you're playing through and you start to actually get, I think maybe I feel like I needed a new story trailer in some way to go along with this, but they did say it was a gameplay overview,
right?
And to some extent, I guess we got that. But having already had the opportunity to play multiplayer, see weapons, see what you can do, kind of really look at the movement, that's not quite as surprising. I feel like this was really more or less like, we're gonna do it again. But this time we're gonna give you 4K and none of those crazy graphics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it just feels like a redo, sort of. And I don't really feel like we got much new that would make me like I can say that if I didn't already have Game Pass, I don't know if what they just showed would make me be like, you got it. Here's my 60.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can have it.
It was cool. They had the little platform where you could select what vehicle you wanted to come down to choose from. Like that's cool, especially in an open world type of environment.
Yeah, that just that just felt real Borderlands to me. You know what I mean? Which is not necessarily bad. Just it ain't new. You know what I mean? It's new for Halo, but it ain't new. Which I don't know. It gives me Breath of the Wild vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like people going ape over Breath of the Wild, and it's like there's nothing new on Breath of the Wild. It's just new for Zelda.
Catch a ride.
Yeah, there it is, buddy. There it is. That's what they need. They need whatever the name of the new Cortana is. She needs to make a reference to that.
To catch it, yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm always amped to see new vehicles, new weapons, stuff like that or whatever. But again, we've already had a chance to see that in the multiplayer. So again, I feel like having had the chance to play the multiplayer kind of deadens the impact of this a little. It looked good though. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
We'll see what. Give me like 20 minutes, and I'll look on Twitter and see what the rest of the world is saying about it. Like I said, I think it looks good. I'm not super duper excited about it, and this is the Chiefs' most difficult campaign ever.
Okay.
I don't know. Like maybe, I wasn't intending to go in by myself. And
maybe once we get some story that might sell it, but for right now, okay, not seeing that, but okay.
Yeah, cool. Multiplayer is where it's at for me right now.
Yeah. Here's where I'm at. Like, if I play through this single player, I don't know that I'm gonna care enough to go back and
to the multiplayer.
Co-op. Outside of maybe like turning on skulls and pushing legendary. You know what I mean, or something like that, just for the sake. That would probably be what it is. But yeah, I mean, he's the Master Chief, and he's supposed to be that kind of a threat.
Mhm.
He's supposed to just be blowing stuff up, and I don't know. Like I don't
Hey,
know.
look at those refinery plants over there. How we gonna take those out? Rocket launcher.
Mhm.
Boom. Like, okay. Nothing special to it. Just
It was
blow
real
it up.
Far Cry right there, right? Like
Straight
get
just
it, like,
cause. I'm like straight just cause moment.
very,
Hey,
yeah.
see the big red glowing things? Blow up,
Blow it
them all
up.
Yep.
yeah. The grappling hook, very just
Mhm.
cause. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Just yeah. So, I mean, I think it'll be cool to actually get. Master Chief has always been bigger and clunkier than it feels like he should be. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I guess the original impression I get of Master Chief is that he's a walking tank. You know what I mean? And like over the years, they've tried to increase, like, nah, they're quick and agile and they're super fast and they, whatever. Like I remember that Halo 3 opening when my man just running like through the sand, bro. You just
Right.
in that joint, you like 7-1, just
Right.
Just
like,
moving.
in the sand. All right. So they've tried to like increase,
Mhm.
Right.
like this
To
is
show
what
how much
Master
of a
Chief
badass
is.
he is.
Yeah, like
Mm.
Spartans as a whole. So, we'll see, man. We'll see where it goes. I think
Yeah.
having somebody to replace Cortana is kind of tough.
Yeah.
It is. She got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, right now, I almost don't care. I almost don't care. Cortana's a big deal, but like this joint is like you could just name her Cortana, and if no bull, if you'd just been like, this is Cortana, people just been like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like she doesn't
Like,
look that much different from
Different than
Cortana.
what?
Yeah.
not
Like
at
y'all,
all.
like if it's supposed to be a different character, you could have really made her look, or at least different haircut or something.
Nah, they just gave her
Doesn't
the
feel like she
traditional
sounds different enough.
suit
Yeah.
that they were wearing the UNSC.
They should have put her in a Spartan outfit. That joint would have been me. Just Cortana the Spartan. Zahn said he remembers reading a book where Master Chief just killed a jackal, ripped off his own wrist guard, replaced it with a jackal shield, and used it. I mean, again, I'm with that.
Hey.
100%. If there aren't actual set levels or chapters, it ain't gonna be it. Desert Forgotten, the effective pure game
Man,
levels,
Ty,
chapters
like-
like the flood level. I mean, I think
Why y'all here so early talking? It's a work day. I know. I'm at work.
hey Ty, you still late, bro. Like you're
Halo
still
joint
late.
done.
We on here early. It's a work day, and you still late, bro. Yeah, man. Listen, that was it was cool. I don't know that we probably didn't need to go live for this. I was expecting a little bit more.
I was spending a little,
Yeah,
little
we
more.
all were.
A little
Yeah.
more.
But again, they I guess they tried to temper expectations. This is gonna be a gameplay overview, and that's gonna be it. So, look, we'll talk about it a little bit more. We'll see what the internet has to say about it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow
Go
night
from there.
when we go live for Loading Snacks Weekly.
Mhm.
We're gonna recap Baltimore Comic-Con, all that jazz. So, what up, Perk?
What's
Perk?
good, Perk?
Yeah, so we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Loading Snacks Weekly. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Some of the other things that are going on, man, because I got that. They went ahead and let me download that Forza Horizon 5 last night. That joint's eating up my space. I had to make some moves. So we're gonna talk about this new memory they're gonna let us buy for the cost of
the goddamn
Series
console.
X almost. Yeah, that's out of control. Yeah, we definitely gonna have some things to talk about tomorrow. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Loading Snacks Weekly. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you didn't get a chance to watch it with us, make sure you jump out there. And are we going live for the GTA Remastered? Going live to do what about GTA Remastered?
What, you mean like in November to actually play it? Like that?
What you mean, Ty? Because they already revealed that joint. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what you.
I'll be playing it when it comes out.
You do be is late. Yeah, I mean we'll talk tomorrow about Game Pass getting San Andreas on day one, and PlayStation getting GTA 3 on the date of the physical release. It's something weird going on.
Yeah,
man.
something so confusing.
Yeah,
It's something weird going on. November 11th, everything is out digital. Game Pass gets San Andreas on that day. The physical release is December 7th. GTA 3 will be available for PlayStation Now on that day, and just nobody gets Vice City. And the game is $60 for all three, which isn't bad, but why would I give you $60 for all three if I can get one of them in Game Pass? Like, we got to talk. We're gonna have a conversation tomorrow. We're gonna talk about some things. So, you know, they put out a whole thing updating the controls and stuff to make it more like GTA 5 controls and all that. We'll talk about all that tomorrow. So, again, yeah, super weird.
Yeah.
Whatever, Rockstar, get your money however you're gonna get it, bro. Like, whatever.
They know people gonna get it one way or the other.
Yep.
No doubt. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't get a chance to watch the little gameplay trailer, I do recommend going and watching it. Again, it looks good, so I'm gonna watch it again in a minute.
Yeah, they uploaded their 4K one they just said a second ago, so they're just back watching 4K.
There you go, Ty. See there, and that info you need, we got that info. If you show up on time sometime,
I was about to say, make sure you're on time tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what time we get started. We'll see y'all then. Toodles and loose.